You have a home, a family, a place to belong. You've done nothing wrong. You're not aggressive. You're not destructive. You're just there. And then, one day, for no reason other than the fact that someone doesn't like you, you're thrown away. That's exactly what happened to Loki. Not because he misbehaved, not because he was difficult, but because the maid in his home didn't like him. And just like that, he was given up, abandoned, left to wonder what he did wrong. Loki's story started in a home that never really felt like home. He wasn't allowed inside. He wasn't given the love and attention that every pet deserves. He lived on a patio in South Florida, where the heat was relentless, the space was small, and the love was non-existent. He had no soft couch to curl up on, no safe place to retreat to when storms rolled in, just the hard floor beneath him and the open air around him. Then one day, it got worse. His owners didn't decide to rehome him because they were moving, not because they couldn't afford to care for him, not because they thought he deserved a better life. They gave him up because their maid didn't like him. Just like that, he was dropped off at the Broward Humane Society, left behind as if he never mattered. Imagine that for a second. Imagine being abandoned not because of something you did, but simply because someone found you inconvenient. Loki didn't understand, and honestly, neither do we. When we first saw Loki at the shelter, he wasn't like the other cats. Most of them reached out when people passed, rubbing against the bars of their cages, mewing for attention, but not Loki. Loki was in a room of his own, behind glass walls, curled up as if trying to disappear. He wasn't aggressive. He wasn't loud. He was just terrified. We could see it in his eyes, the confusion, the fear, the heartbreak. He didn't understand why he was here. He didn't know what he had done wrong. And in that moment, we knew we had to bring him home. But Loki had other plans. He refused to come out. He hid inside a cat post, curled up so tightly that he barely moved when we tried to coax him out. It took patience. It took gentle words. It took time. And finally, hesitantly, he let us take him. Bringing Loki home wasn't like adopting a playful kitten. He didn't immediately run around the house, exploring his new space. He didn't seek out affection. He hid. For days, he barely moved from his hiding spots. We left food and water near him, letting him come to us on his own terms. Slowly, little by little, he began to trust. And when he did, we saw the real Loki for the first time. He wasn't just a scared cat who had been abandoned. He was playful. He was affectionate. And above all else, he was hungry. Loki's love for food is unmatched. If you have food, Loki is suddenly your best friend. It doesn't matter if it's for him or not. He will beg, plead, and sometimes even steal to get a taste. He's figured out how to reach the kitchen counters. He knows the exact moment when someone opens the fridge. He will stare into your soul until you give him something. At first, it was cute. Then it became a challenge. Loki's love for food started affecting his weight. At 20 pounds, he was already on the heavier side. But after a few months in our home, let's just say, he wasn't getting any smaller. We knew we had to get him to exercise more, but there was just one problem. Loki has zero interest in exercise. We tried at everything. Laser pointers. He'd watch it, maybe bat at it once, then go back to lying down. Feather toys? He'd swat at them a couple of times and give up. Even interactive toys with treats inside. He figured out how to get the treats without actually moving. The only thing that seemed to get him moving was Lilo, and not in a good way. Lilo is a petite tortoiseshell cat. She's smaller than Loki, but that doesn't stop him from chasing her around the house. At first, we thought it was just playful, but then we realized Loki was taking charge. He wanted to be the boss. We tried to discourage it. We even tried spraying him with water, but guess what? Loki likes water. Now, every time he misbehaves and we try to spray him, he acts like we're giving him a spa treatment. Meanwhile, our dog Rusty has tried everything to be Loki's friend. Rusty loves to play. Loki loves to nap. Rusty brings Loki toys. Loki ignores them. Rusty runs around the yard. Loki sits and watches. It's a work in progress. But the good news? Loki is loved, and he knows it. Loki's story didn't start off happy. He was unwanted. He was abandoned. He was left behind because someone found him inconvenient. But today, Loki is home. He's safe. He's spoiled, and he's living a life he always deserved. But there are so many more Lokists out there. Cats who were abandoned for no reason. Dogs who were thrown away when they became too much work. Animals who just want a second chance. If Loki's story touched you, don't let it end here. Adopt, foster, volunteer, donate. Share this story. Because for every Loki, there's someone who can give them the love they never had. If you've ever rescued an animal, tell us about it in the comments. And if you want to see more of Loki's adventures, subscribe to our channel. Because love doesn't just change lives, sometimes it saves them.